countdown? Oh. I think that's it. Can you hear me? Your mic is on, Mo.
Y'all can hear me?
Oh, yeah.
All right. We got the number one stunner. Hey guys.
Hey y'all.
Welcome. Let me see. I gotta get on this thing in the group. Welcome to Bourbon Street Bookers, Beans and Bourbon Monday Live, guys. All right, we coming. Y'all bear with us.
Hey,
everybody.
Hey, Joss. We have
Sarah's
missed you
on
guys.
time. Hey, Joss.
Oh, hello. I am doing something a little different. So this little computer I'm on today is a little different. So we shouldn't see any lines. But welcome. We have with us the famous country girl of the hood. How you say hood country?
Country hood. You said it right.
Monica. Oh my God, with the sexy Texan men. Oh, big time. Woo!
Listen,
boys.
I appreciate that country, babe, because I'm telling you, you had me watching that damn rodeo, and I was like, I'm about to move to Texas, baby. Find me a cowboy.
Okay.
Child. Mine are made up. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Sarah is definitely tech support this because it's been a day. It's been a month. Hell, I showed up to Indy Love looking for Chelsea's discussion.
Week
early.
Yeah.
I was ready. And listen, I wasn't paying attention to the date. All I knew was I was ready.
Yes.
And I was ready to cuss the neck around me like, how you gonna let me miss it?
Monica, you see, Josh said you got your boobies out. Where your husband at?
He in there talking about there's gonna be some men on there. I said no. Talking about all right.
She lying.
He needs to log on so he can entertain us in the comments too.
No, leave him where he at. I can't see the comments because I'm on my phone because my laptop was acting crazy.
Oh, we got you covered. We got you covered.
All right, thank you.
Ivana, I saw you call, baby. I'm gonna call you back. You have a lot on schedule to sis. You just don't even understand. And it ain't even the stuff that I want on my damn schedule, okay? Shit. All I want to do is read, damn it.
Yeah.
But speaking of reading, y'all, I hope y'all are ready tonight because let me tell you what sis did. She gave us some serious ass fire with Still Your Best. Now, we know most of Monica's books has been a part of this ongoing series. And both books that I did get to read, I was able to jump in. And if I want to, I can literally go back and find out some history about any particular character. Hey, Maisha. But baby, I'm going to tell you what I really love.
Hey, Shay.
All that Nola love up in that book. You hear me? Oh.
And listen, you did the black restaurants justice.
Yeah.
When you popped up with Lil Dizzy's and Cafe Dauphine, and I think it was one more that I forgot about. I was like, she's on this. She is on this.
All she was missing was the Bow Wow from Neon's Joss.
I was researching. I was trying to find them, y'all.
Yeah, you did it justice.
Lil Dizzy.
Good. Thank you.
is the bomb. Y'all gotta try Little Disease.
Okay, I'm gonna try my.
I
When I
don't
was
know
looking
if
at
the
that menu,
service
I
has
was like,
gotten better.
"Ooh."
Let me say, I
Huh?
don't know if services gotten better since it's new management, it's new ownership. Because the food was good, but the service was horrible.
Mm,
Where?
At Little
Where?
a little
Busy.
dizzies.
At Little Busy.
Oh, it's
It's
a younger
yeah, a
like a
younger black
younger
woman
niece that
now.
opened up, huh? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like one of the
yeah,
nieces or something that opened up.
yeah. And so, baby, we got all the action in that book. So I was really, I did finish it in a day, which hasn't been
Okay.
what I've been on lately. But when I can read a book in a day, that's that's a big
Yeah,
deal
because
for
she
me.
don't read fast like
Oh
me.
I
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
I
Thank
don't,
you.
girl. I was like, whew, girl, we got a list of New Orleans. Listen here, for you from New Orleans, so how you gonna talk about you need a list of New Orleans restaurants like you are a tourist? But y'all know that we got that list in here. That list is in Bourbon Street Bookers, and we're gonna put some more in there because they have some fire restaurants, y'all. Meows, and we're gonna talk about some food, and
Hey,
that's exactly, hey Evelyn, that's exactly what Monica did in this book. She lit it up. She noticed some hot spots in there, but baby, these characters was not nothing nice.
Monica, you also I need the list of the books I need to read before this to get the history on the
Oh
back
child.
characters.
Child, we gonna have
Oh
the whole
child.
catalog up in here, and I copied that catalog. Monica, are you literally dropping like every 2 weeks or is it every month?
It's every month, but like this, these last two is every 2 weeks because it was the series. So I kind of pushed them close together that way they don't have to wait long for the second book.
That's fire.
But normally
How
it's
do
once a
you
month.
manage getting them out that quickly? It's like, is it all there, or you have so much there that you realize you can break it up?
No, I mean, when the book comes out, I wrote it the previous month. So I just wrote it and it's coming out. I'm full time though, so I'm home all the time.
I recall you
Usually
mentioning
I
that
can
in your
write a
love.
book. Um, yeah, usually I can write a book in like 2 to 2.5 weeks. So yeah, it's not there. I'm just
Well,
writing.
that's good. That's quick.
That is
Thank
very
you. I
quick.
try.
I
I
can't
try.
Hey,
read that
Kelly.
fast.
Hey, Alicia.
Hey, guy. Oh, girl, Alicia. Hey, Kel. Alicia is in the house. I cannot be. Kelly is in the house. Girl,
Hey y'all.
listen. This must be our season. But baby, when I tell you I got in that book, and I had so much to do that day, but I was distracted because I was like, I just got to see certain words and see certain things happening. Sex scenes be, I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, oh.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I his family is just hilarious to me. I
That's where the
his
backstory
daddy,
is.
and that's why I was kind of mixed up. His daddy is married to his mama's sister. Is that
Yeah.
okay? I just
That's
wanted to make sure I
that's
read
the
that correctly.
backstory. That's what's all in the series.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
okay.
a whole
That
story
that mean I
and
need to go back and read because I like Sonya because Sonya throw them hands. That would be me.
that heifer don't play. But see, I wrote that book really fast because I'm familiar with the characters. So
Hmm.
it wasn't no a lot of character development needed because I've already written about them. So it
Hmm.
was easy to just spit that one out. Yeah,
Okay.
but
I did
yeah,
pick
you
that
need
up
that
and I was like,
backstory
okay,
because
I need to
people
go
people
back
are
and
here
read
like
this.
people hear, oh, wait a minute, he married to his kids' mama sister. That just sounds scandalous, but it's not as scandalous as you think it is.
Well, I wasn't
I
even
know
worried about when I saw
everything.
the mama had left. I was like, it don't even matter. I mean, she
Right.
left, and then you see later that she had a drug problem, and if the sister
Mm-hmm.
was always around, I mean, shit just happens. So
Mm-hmm.
I was
Well,
all
it
right
wasn't
with it.
even like that, but Look, I would tell y'all the backstory, but you have to read it.
I'm gonna go. I want to read it. I don't want you to tell me. I want to go. Ayana know I hate spoilers, so
I love them. I love
she
them to a
loves
certain
spoilers,
extent.
and I hate them.
I love them to a certain extent.
Right.
And
just give me just enough to make me want to read it, and then cut it off.
let me say, and Sarah, you talked about Sonya, but when Sonya beat the brakes off of Tesla, y'all.
First,
Okay.
let's go back to the beginning. First,
that was the mild version of her.
I liked this girl at first. I was like, you know, her mama was hood.
I love,
but I liked her at first, and I was like, okay, so she not, you know, I hadn't quite had her figured out, and I didn't really dislike her at any point in the book, because I saw what her mama was trying to do, but I saw that she wasn't really on it. And I felt like if she was really on that, she would have been tried to trap him with a baby or something.
Right.
Yeah, she wiped him clean too.
Oh yeah.
Because he was.
And then when I saw that
so giving.
Yeah, her mama wasn't shit. Lord, her mama wasn't shit.
No. Sarah says the Sweet series, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's like 8 books, and then there's an update called Never Enough.
Right. I remember you mentioning that in the beginning of the book. And I gotta pull up my book because I know I have some highlights.
I know that's what I was doing.
I know I have some highlights in here, baby. And that be the thing, because I read so damn much that I'm literally like,
you forget.
I be all over. Yeah, I'm all. So I start mixing characters. I'll start talking about something in somebody else, but you be like, who the fuck is that?
I saw that you had the like the dishes and stuff in here, the coubillon and all that. I said, Monica talking about coubillon. Does she know how to cook this?
That was my thing. And listen, y'all, the first thing we asked her before we went live. So you been in New Orleans, right? What was your answer, Monica?
No.
No. She captured the full essence of NOLA.
Without ever being
my people from Louisiana. My grandfather used to make coubillon all the time. That, and I mean, it was nothing. He would walk outside. This dude would shoot a bird out the sky and come in the house
and stew him up,
and make a stew. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I grew up around that kind of thing. So it was easy for me to write about.
My uncle used to do that with squirrels, and I'd be like, I'll be damn, I'm not eating that. That little bastard was just running on the telephone wire. I'm not about to eat that shit.
Baby, we ate cowboy. We didn't have deer. We have alligator.
And you know why I never ate cowboy? Because the boy across the street, his grandmother was getting ready to make something, and girl, he came outside with that heart in his hand, and the heart was still beat. And I said I would never eat that. It was so gross.
My grandma had the turtle tied on the fence in the backyard, turned upside down so the blood can drain from it. And we sitting over there playing with the turtle.
That's a damn shame. That's a
Let me tell y'all,
damn
shame. I'm gonna just digress for one moment. I tell you, we country, we do things the way we used to need to do as kids. Our slip and slide was, you know how to paint is plastic that you put on the ground. We put some dish detergent liquid and some water on it.
Yeah.
And run the hose, huh?
We had a goddamn good time. We had our own damn slip and slide shit. We sliding all right.
And it was better.
Oh my God.
Goddamn dish detergent, come out there. My goddamn dish detergent, get your ass. But you know, when I was reading your book, I'm gonna tell you what came to mind. Winter Time had made this post in the group about if a man, they were supposed to be friends, the woman, and she in the wedding and all this stuff, and y'all remember that post, and she ended up
girl, you know I was feeling so bad when I was reading this book.
She ended up. They were supposed to be good friends. She ended up being in the wedding. It pretty much was this scenario. And ultimately, what happened was the question was, should she keep it to herself, or should she tell him how she really felt? Listen.
You know what I said? Keep that shit to yourself.
Mm.
Take your L, because
Exactly.
don't ruin them people relationship with your
But do
miserable
y'all feel
ass.
the
You
same
had
way
years.
when you read this? After reading
I
this,
was mad. I'm telling you, I didn't like it because she was like, "Oh, I know you got a relationship, but I'm about to disrespect the shit out of it." And I'm just sitting there like, and then when he told her, "Give me some time. I got to get this girl up out my house." I was like, "Y'all
what
ain't
inspired
shit."
that?
That's what I kept
What
saying. Y'all ain't shit.
what inspired that?
Oh no.
Hey, Jen.
I don't know. I mean, the characters just talk to me, and
No,
that's
baby.
how
Mm-mm.
I write stuff has come. I
You
freestyle, so
no.
I didn't plan it, so it just comes.
Girl, I
But like in
immediately.
Access Denied, he was dating Carrington, and his sister Cherie had made the comment that she was like, what's her name from Just Right, Queen Latifah's cousin. And she was like, that's who she reminds me of, playing hard to actually playing like she's hard to get, but she's really not. She's doing that to convince you that she's the one. So, being that he's had problems with finding the right woman, and that the only woman he's ever really truly been in love with was the chick he cheated on in college. I had to bring her back somehow, but in Excess Tonight, which is his sister's book, he was with Carrington. So I had to get her in there.
I
You
mean,
know, I'm gonna tell you something, and I made this comment in the post. I feel like before I don't give a damn how long y'all been together. If it's silent, it ain't going nowhere, right? However, I don't believe in missing that opportunity to say what you feel before making such a huge decision. And I applauded him for that because imagine being with one woman while your heart is still with another one.
yeah,
How do
but
you
you knew that
compete with that?
before you got with that woman. Before
He
you
settled.
committed to that woman.
He
You can't
settled.
do that though.
Well, see,
You can't do that.
he settled because he thought it was done with
Mm-hmm.
damn, what was her name? Rashi.
Yeah.
He thought it was done. He figured, okay, he cheated on her. She no longer wants him, even though he still loves her. He feels in his heart that it's over. It's nothing he can do to get her back. So he tries to move on, even though he still loves her. He didn't know that the opportunity to reunite with her was so close. That she was feeling the same way he did. So he could have tried, but he didn't because I guess, out of embarrassment and knowing that he hurt her, not wanting to rehash old details and hurt her even more, he just let go. Like, okay, if she feeling some type of way, she'll contact me. Talina, I forget characters' names all the time. I
Listen,
write too
and
much.
I'm about to tell you, girl, you know how many goddamn books she got? Shit.
Ayana don't remember either because Ayana called the girl Tessa earlier.
What? That's who
No, that's
Ashley was with.
Carrington's mama.
Her mama.
Oh! I thought you was
Yeah.
talking about Carrington. I was like, Lord, she'd have called this girl the wrong name.
Yeah, Sonya
Well,
popped up
damn,
too.
sister, you ain't
So
even tell me
look,
nothing.
Sonya
You want
popped
to let
up
me be
too.
out here, man?
You know I was gonna laugh at you later. Don't worry about it. You know nobody laughs at you more than me.
Oh, God, have mercy. I know.
But
I remember that
what's
fight
even
wasn't
worse
even nice.
about me forgetting her name is that's my cousin's name, Rashiana. So I don't know
Oh
how I
Lord.
Mm.
Oh Lord.
Her mama was down bad, though. I mean, what I was happy about was the reality that, she had enough chill in her to recognize that she truly wasn't in love with him either. And it was more
Right.
or less convenient. It was an opportunity for her, to get her a come up. But
Right.
and I hope I'm not mixing books up, because in my mind I'm like picturing how I saw this happening. But when his dad was like, she, I've been watching her. Am I saying the right book, y'all? Because I
Yeah,
read it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So, and this is so funny. The Diamonds always ask me, "How you remember all these books?" When you start talking, everything starts to come back. So anyway,
Yeah.
the fact that she literally, her dad, his dad saw through all that bullshit, and some of it, I like how he was faking
Mm-hmm.
it because he was like, so that phone call you got, I was like, well, damn, how he knew? I was like,
He was
look,
listening to her.
he wasn't listening to shit. He was taking a guess.
Well, no,
He
he
took
was
a
listening
wild
to the
guess.
Yeah,
conversation,
he
but he didn't know
saw
who
her.
she was on the phone with.
Yeah, what a sneaky
Yeah, he
ass
saw her on the phone. Yeah, he saw her on the phone
baby.
and just kind of bluffed her, and she fell for it.
Oh, shitty baby.
Girl. I think I'm in
Girl,
love with his daddy though, because his daddy sounded like he was
Sean,
pimping back in
girl,
the day.
Sean,
girl.
baby, baby, Sean. Oh man, that's my
Chanel,
baby.
I
That
just
was my
told him I be
first
remembering
male
shit.
character. His dad was my first male character ever. My first novel, Sean and his mom, Sarita. That was my first book. So yeah,
Okay. I
these
can't wait to
characters
go
are
back and read that
extremely
series.
old. Yeah.
I
Yeah, I'm gonna
just
go back
love
and read
how
that.
everybody had his back. How his auntie was like, first of all, you ain't got to get dirty, son. I got you. Don't worry about nothing. I
Hmm.
got you. And again, he still extended grace. And I love the part where she literally said how he taught her to be better.
Yeah.
That's like the best thing you could walk away from a relationship that ended. Somebody
And I think
literally
that they were
saying,
both
Right.
mature too. When she went to move out that house, with the exception of him with the 5011 security guards in the house. And the girl was like, come on
girl,
now. But at the end, they were pretty mature. I was like, all right, that's good. And he gave her the call and all of that. And
Yeah. Shane was like, "You ain't. I don't." He was like, "I don't trust you. You ain't finna get me caught up in nothing. I don't work too hard to be on this football team and play for the Saints. You ain't finna tarnish my reputation one bit.
then he went
see,
So
to
I need
she
them
was gonna
kids."
try to trick him with baby's baby. And then that really
End
ended
up
up being
pregnant
his
anyway.
baby. Yeah. I said,
listen,
Yeah.
Lord.
the fact that you got a whole Saints football player up in here. You hear me? Don't make me
What
run my damn black and gold up in here.
Letitia, what you mean? What about
Uh,
what money?
About
She
her
said,
trying
what
to
about
use
the
him for
money? What
money.
about what money? No, the money she was
what money?
saving, the money that he was giving her. I didn't have a problem with that. He was
Yeah.
giving her money and she was
She
putting it up. I
didn't.
didn't
She
have a
didn't
problem with that at
steal.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was smart
Right.
enough
She didn't
about it.
steal any
She was
money.
smart
That
enough
was
about it.
that was a previous female that he was with that happened to be her cousin that had
Yeah.
stolen from
I
him,
saw that
but
started
he
30
pressed
grand.
charges on her.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we said. Yeah. But let me
But
say
he didn't
this.
know they were related.
But she was smart about it. And the fact that, okay, so he's just honorable to me from the beginning to the end, because he even acknowledged he had her to quit her job, right? And he just put her out. He was like, I got your rent covered to, next year. The baby. Like, yeah, she was on some shitty shit initially, but she really ended up being pregnant for him. But the fact that he stayed by her side, that I was impressed with his character. I mean, everything about him said, yeah, he
He knew when to
fine.
cut that shit off too. I wasn't mad about that money because that's what you call a fuck you fund. Every girl should have a
Mm-hmm.
fuck you fund.
Very
Whether
much
you got a
so.
husband or
Right.
not, you should have a fuck you fund.
That's right. My grandpa used to call it
Right.
mad money. That's what my papa used to say.
Yeah.
He used to say,
What I
"You got
say
your
it
mad
is.
money."
Look, what I said it is. A fuck you
Mm-hmm.
fund.
Right. That's what it is.
He was deep.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Letitia. I mean, that's what I say. He was
Yeah.
so
Got a
generous.
nurse.
Got her a nurse. I mean, like literally was taking care.
And he knew when
He
to cut
get
it
He said,
off
he
"Fucking
too.
get it from
fun."
his daddy, Sean, like
Yeah.
that.
He knew when
That's
to cut it
exactly what
off
he
too. He was
told.
like, all right, this enough of this shit.
That was I
Mm.
was impressed
Yeah.
with him. I was
Okay,
impressed
we
with
done.
yeah, like he took care of so much for her. He did it. He bailed out, but he did it gracefully. He did it,
Right.
forgivingly. He wasn't holding nothing back, but he wasn't letting nothing hold him back from the love that he knew he was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to have.
Right. Right. And what I loved about her at the end was the fact that she withheld some things from him because she knew it would hurt him because he was
Oh, about
already
the
dealing
hysterectomy
Her
and
with
all
the
of
miscarriage.
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
she had to have that
You talking about
hysterectomy.
you talking about your girl? How Carrington? How she kept it quiet because she didn't want him to be devastated by the fact that she couldn't have kids
Right.
anymore. But first off,
Right.
I love that you gave her a happy ending. I was happy about that. Her mama got everything she deserved, especially
Yeah.
that ass whipping.
The ass whooping.
Yeah, she
I
did.
That
wouldn't
ass
even
whipping
care
was,
if she went to jail. That
That
girl,
was
ass
my
whooping
favorite
did it
part.
all.
your girl was like, Carrington was like,
That
you
was
still
my
ain't learned your
favorite
lesson. Look
part.
at your fucking face.
Tara, what you talking about?
So she put on a clinic.
Oh, no. I know what you talking about. You talking about what Letitia said. I said no, a fuck you fund. FUCKYOUFUND. That's what you call your
Yeah.
bank account.
Right. Right.
Woo, hallelujah. But I'm like, this book, you gave us everything. Everything in this book.
Thank you.
And I mean like the lessons, the gems. Like I said, this was not my first Monica Walters book. I'm gonna take a swing at that second name, Monica Fontenot, as the way she said
You
Walters.
got it right. I know.
Yep. You got it. You got it. You
But
got it.
every time, but my first
Yeah.
book that I had a cougar, I enjoyed that. Sis, your pen is fire.
Let me ride. Yeah.
Your
Thank
your
you,
pen is
sis. Thank
fire.
you.
You got that. And
Thank you.
I'm like this book. I was look, and you know what? Let me say this. I told Allegra, I said like I want Monica in the house this month. I didn't know what the hell you was about to drop. I was like, we're gonna read something. We hadn't even read it before we invited you, but we was gonna read it because I was like, I read the other book and I wasn't disappointed. So I know she got fire. She's spitting them out. Baby, this was a blessing to get all that Northern fire in there. A Saints player? Are you kidding me?
She
Thank you.
Monica,
said Monica got
yeah,
a book
at all.
coming out on the what you said, the
Oh
24th. I
yeah, the
forgot what day
23rd. The
she said,
23rd.
you think we'll be ready by the 26th? I said, me and you will be ready, but I don't
No.
think our audience
No.
will be ready. I said, pick
No.
another book.
Yeah. 23rd, then
Because look,
another one on the 6th.
Josh could call a book. Josh could tell us she interviewing somebody tomorrow, and we gonna be in. Ask Tara how many late nights we done had sitting up trying to finish the damn book.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But sis, I was wowed by it. I mean, everything about the book
Thank
that you
you.
released, you've been so consistent, and your readers, and I want to welcome them to the group. They showed up, and it's like,
Hey,
hell yeah,
y'all.
we ready, we ready. And his daddy got so much hood in him, man. Listen, I
You
was
know that's what
feeling
I
that.
like.
He stepped to her straight up. He was like, "Look, my son ain't about that
That's
street life.
him.
But I wear your ass out, bro.
But
You
I
don't know
am.
that. You
Girl,
don't
Tara
know
said she
that.
just finished the book about 3 hours ago.
Oh
Sarah,
my
look,
God.
they don't know. We be serious about our reading, bro. We up
Yeah.
all night.
It's like
I
I
didn't help.
snap your neck.
Listen, I've been and told her in a minute. Let's jump on Alexa, baby. Get her to reading this. Y'all know Alexa been having
Yeah.
attitude lately, huh?
My
She's been
Alexa don't work, so
she's been popping her collar like bitch, get up in here. I was like, girl, go ahead. All right.
she
Oh
won't even let
boy.
me log in, so I can't
We
get
gonna have to
Alexa to
work
read
on
to
it.
me.
We gonna have to fix that. Girl, let me tell you, you had so much humor in here. I was busting out laughing, talking about Shane said Rocha had him feeling like the Lion King again. This nigga beating his chest. He's like busting up in the walls. I was
Yeah,
like,
when his sister kind of got at him. Yeah, let me call Rashi so I can feel like the Lion King again. Yeah.
I
baby.
like him and Cherie. I like their relationship.
Yeah.
And
She
I
knew
Yeah.
when
something
I read
about
that
what
part
Yeah.
where he said about how he was so close to her that he wanted to try to ruin her relationship with her man. And I'm sitting there like, I'd have
hater.
beat his
He
ass.
did.
Oh, I'd
He
have
did.
beat his ass.
That was an access denied. When she
Mm.
met her guy, he was like, "No, no." He was trying to come in between them, like, "No, he ain't right for you," and blah blah, because he didn't want her to take attention away from him. So
That's a
yeah, he
damn
he did
shame.
try to come between them.
That male ego is
Yeah,
a fragile thing, boy.
Hmm.
yeah, and it was like his sister took the place so much of his mom. So whenever he needed to talk to a female or whatever, it was his sister. He didn't have really that his mom in his life, so he depended a lot on his sister for those type of things. So when she met somebody else, it was like he could see that she was really serious about Exodus. So he was like, hold up, now you can't take my girl, you can't take my sister from me. So yeah, he did try to
And you
sabotage
know
it a bit.
that is
It
so
didn't work
real
out
in
though.
this world where that codependency, those mommy issues where it gets reflected on somebody else carrying that weight. But she did it, and she did it without judgment. She did it with straight up love, and but she was straight up with him too. She told
Hmm.
him what time of day that she read his ass, and just let him have it. She wasn't tiptoeing.
Hmm.
We talked about Auntie Sonia, Letitia. We talked about how we was down for her and how she wore Tessa
She
ass
wore
out,
that ass out.
stepping her ass up in that
Out.
I
hospital,
think
talking about what we gonna do.
one of my favorite parts too was when she popped Carrington in that room. She just popped her right in the mouth. Like, no, you're not finna act like you're gonna come at me. And you better not get blood on my floor.
Girl, when she told her that, I had to reread that part because I was like, wait, you gonna kick her ass and then tell her and don't get blood, huh?
I love it though.
Sonya
I
crazy
love that
for
kind
real.
of stuff.
She's
Girl,
certifiably crazy.
That's how you
yeah,
keep them
I
motherfuckers
is.
in line, though. That's how you
But the
keep
way
them in
she
line for
said,
sure.
she was like,
Look, and
sit right
but
there. I'm
before
coming. I'm
she
on my way.
became famous, she'd have got a check. She could get a check. How they
That's what
say
I'm
the
talking.
crazy check? She could get a crazy check.
Chanel said she know you be laughing while you writing about these characters. Child, I was dying laughing
I
while I was
do.
reading about them.
I do. Sonya, I feel like Sonya lives in me. So it's like whenever
You
she pops up, it's just hilarious to me. I just laugh every
not
time I have to
you.
write her. Oh my god.
She's not you. You're not
Yeah,
saying that you heard
Sonya,
some of her character, huh?
Say that
huh?
again, I
Is my word slow?
No, we were
Oh,
talking. No, go ahead.
I was
No,
saying when
you're
Monica
not
said
slow.
no, because I didn't know if I was delayed. When Monica was saying
Oh,
when Sonia shows up that she shows up in her. Do you mean like makes herself present, or you saying like you feel like you're like her or she's like you?
she pretty much I feel like she lives in me. Like she's always there. Normally when I write a book, the characters, they're there, and then once I'm done with that book, they're gone. She does not leave. She may go to
Ah,
sleep, but she's still there. So it's
ah.
like she just shows up. It's never no, okay, let me get in Sonya mode. Now she just bam, she there. So
As hood as
I
they
like that
are,
though.
though, they are so family oriented. They are like
yeah.
they about family. They about their family, like period.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that
Well,
look,
see,
I could take ghetto as long as you ghetto in love.
yeah, and see, Sean and Sean grew up in the hood pretty much, but his kids didn't know that life. So he brought them up. They never wanted for anything. Because of the days that he hustled and made all that money. I don't know if it went into detail about that in the book, but yeah,
Well, I
he
knew he
he
Yeah,
had
hustled,
plenty
yeah,
of
yeah,
money
because they
to
said
he
he
where
gave
for
each
that.
one of his kids $100 million
Uh-huh.
from
But
his
the way
hustling
he
yeah,
stepped
days.
to Carrington, the
and
way he stepped to her and he let her know, look, yeah, he come from money. But he don't come from this lifestyle that got me the money that I have. You know what I'm saying? But I lay your ass out you, girl.
mhm,
I was like, go
mhm,
ahead, daddy, go ahead.
yeah. And say he not only had that lifestyle, but then his grandmother also had an oil well. So he had that money too once his grandmother died. So he was constantly
Oh,
getting money in,
okay,
once, the money don't stop with an oil well until it dries up. You're gonna keep getting money every month as long as they pumping oil. So
okay.
I
I
love
wish
the
somebody
success
find
of the
me an
character.
oil well.
I know that's right. I love
yeah.
the success. First of all, y'all know Monica writes all black. Okay. And the fact that when she writes it, she writes with purpose, she writes with intent. How many of your books are from your personal life, and not just your experiences, but who would you say you identify with? Which one of your characters?
Ooh, all of them. It's like a piece of me and everything I write. Um, I don't know which one I identify with the most, but it's a piece of me and everyone. When you read Sonya's background, probably Sonya, because I'm not crazy like Sonya. I'm not I'm not gonna go beat somebody down or whatever. But
Shit.
when you read her backstory,
That's Allegra.
you'll see, her the sexuality, just all that. That's me in Sonya's story. She that was when I first started writing raunchy sex scenes when Sonya came about.
Mm.
Before her, I was kind of low key. I didn't go past PG-13, you know what I mean? So, but when she came along, because of the type of character she was, I had to step my game up. So I had to describe some things that were experiences of mine, or whatever, so that I put in the book, and I had to be explicit because of her character. So probably Sonya. When you read it, though, I mean, nothing wrong with mental illness, but I don't have a mental illness, but she does. So that's about the only difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore how your mother and father, and your husband, of course, but your mom and your dad, the support that they give you is
Yeah.
so beautiful. We often hear authors
Yeah.
say that their parents or their family don't read their work, but it's obvious your family is like really in tune to it all. And your dad was so proud. When I read, I was like, "See, this the shit right here. This is it. This it." Mom, baby,
Girl,
when mom was
they
in
don't
Clubhouse,
read. My mama read.
I know
when your
your
mama
husband
was in
cuts up
Oh,
a
Clubhouse,
lot, but does he read your books?
who?
Your husband.
Brandon,
No.
Oh, okay. I know he cut up a lot. I was like,
Ain't
I
read
wonder
a
if
You
he
one.
tell him
really.
about it. You talk to him about your
He
characters.
I do. I do. I do. 8 Seconds to Love, I needed a lot of help because even though I write country hood love stories, I am not really from the country. So he is though. So 8 Seconds to Love was my first country hood story, and the main character was a bull rider, and Brandon used to ride bulls. So I had
Okay.
to get all the insight, from him about the rodeos and all that, because I had never been to a rodeo when I wrote that book. So I didn't know what I was talking about. I was just ask him questions, and he kind of filled me in. Somebody, his name should be on the outside, Monica Walters
Oh
and Brandon Walters.
Lord.
But
You ain't get that man his
it's like,
credit.
sir, you were research. You were research. You ain't writing that never.
You could have gave him a little shout out in
I
the
You
mentions.
gotta give him some credit.
I did. I gave him a little shout out at the end and said, he helped me with um the male character legend, and the feeling of, before he gets to ride the bull, and the emotions and stuff he have to go through and all that kind of stuff. He helped me with that part of it. But yeah, I talked to him a
Your
lot about my books, the plot and everything. So
and so your well, the book that you just released. Um, and again, if y'all new to Monica, know that Monica releases often. She's a full-time writer. She don't miss a beat. So you can literally live in Monica land with these characters.
yeah.
um, this one, if I can recall correctly, I remember you saying it was about one of the Hendersons. Now I've been in the
Hmm.
spoiler pages, so I know a little something because, like I told you, I'm nosy. So
She is. She love a good spoiler.
I even love the thought spoilers because I'll be up in there. See Alicia, Tara, Bunny, Josh are peeking, but then she hurp and jump out if she haven't read it. Even Allegra, baby, we cut up while we read. So it's yeah. And I believe it's 60, right? You've released a total of 60 books now.
I've written 60, released 59. Number 60 will come out August 6th. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
impressive. And when did you start writing? In what
Yeah.
year?
I started writing in 2011, but it was just, I ain't had nothing to do. I was pregnant and I was at home. So I wrote my first novel in 2011, but I didn't publish it till 2014 on Kindle Unlimited. Now, oh, don't get me wrong, I've been writing a long time, but that was just my first book, my first novel in 2011. And then when I signed with Be Love in 2018 was when I started taking things more seriously. Like, okay, I want this to be my career. I just never thought it was within reach. So I'm working or whatever and just writing when I have time. I'd be up all night working on 4 hours of sleep and then go to work and then come back and write some more, take care of my family, of course, and then write some more when everybody go to bed. So it was just constant because I mean, it's in me. I just love to write. I love to create stories. So it wasn't a thing for me to be working off of 4 hours of sleep every day. It didn't even bother me. So when the opportunity came to sign with B, and man, she changed my life for real, y'all. Cause she was like, okay, if you're gonna take this seriously, you have to be coachable. And I was like, yeah, I wanna get where you are. So why wouldn't I listen to what you did to get to where you are? So she was like, if you can release as often as possible. She was like, shove it down their throat. She said, until they see your name, I'm like, you know what? I keep seeing this girl name. Let me read one of her books. And so that's what I did. She was like, if you could release every month, release every month. And that's what I did, sometimes twice a month. So I was just putting them out, and none of them were novellas. If I released twice a month, some of them were novellas, but every month was a full length novel. So, by 8 Seconds to Love, that's when it started paying off. So, shout out to Be Love. Because, yeah, without her,
Definitely.
geez. So, yeah,
Now
since
I
October
remember
2018, I've been releasing every month.
I remember you telling Josh and Indie Love, because we love us some Indie Love. And so
Yeah, I love
I
Josh. Hey,
recall
Josh.
I recall in your review, or in your interview, where you were saying that you're indie and you're published. How do you determine what's gonna be you and what's gonna be published under Be Love?
Well, like with Still Your Best, those were older characters. Because when I signed with B, I already had 15 books done. So, and then sometimes I co-write with T Key. So those books obviously are going to be indie because she's not signed to Be Loved. So, and then when I write about older characters that I had before Be Loved, those will be indie as well for me. But like the Hendersons, because I started those under B, I'm just gonna keep those under B. But then like once my platform expanded some, and this is what I love about her. So I was telling Brandon, I was like, maybe, I should start alternating my releases since, my platform has expanded some and I think I can kind of do a little more on my own. And he was like, well, do that if that's what you. I said, well, I got to think about it. And I promise y'all, not even a week later, B contacted me and was like, I think you ought to start alternating your releases, and do more on your own so you can make more money. And I'm like, see,
Well,
that
that
was
was that was
confirmation.
amazing.
That's
Hmm.
honorable right
Yeah. Well,
there. Mhm.
she's like, I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this to help authors be able to expand their platform to be able to stand on their own. She says, never my intent to sign somebody for them to be with me forever. The
Hmm.
whole goal is to teach them and help them stand on their own eventually. So yeah, she was like, you really don't need me. That's what she told me. You really don't need me. And I was like, yes, I do.
That's
So
commendable.
yeah.
That is really commendable. Because we often, wonder
Yeah.
how is it, with being published or being an indie, and we've heard the pros and the cons from author Kima, from Ashante, from Genesis and Shantae Blake. We've heard a lot from various authors that's given us some background to how all of that works or what have you, and this is really good to hear, because it's great to hear that you hear the bad out there about publishers, but you don't always hear all of the good,
Hmm.
that's out there. So this is really
Right.
good to hear about Be Love.
Right. People have asked
Um
me what's the difference, and I'm like, the only difference is um with her, all I have to do is write. I write, I do one self edit, I read through my book one time, and then I turn it in. She does that. She gets the editors, she gets the book covers. I don't have to worry about anything. And of course, the pay is different because, of course, she has to recoup her money, her time, that kind of thing. So pretty much it's like you paying her to do all this stuff for you. Indie, everything falls on you. Okay, you have to get an editor, you have to find your book cover, you have to get somebody to format it, if you can't do those things yourself. And I am computer stupid, I cannot do that stuff myself. So but like, I mean, I edit my own stuff, but that takes time because editing your own work, you have to take breaks in between so you don't miss stuff, because you'll put stuff in there that's not really there because you know what you're trying to say. So yeah, you have to read through it 3 and 4 times just to make sure it's good. You still end up missing something, but you have to read through it a lot. But so it takes more time when you're indie versus being signed, because they handle, or they're supposed to handle, all that stuff for you. So yeah.
I
you
think
haven't done
Sabrina
any
was saying that
collaborations with
too.
anybody? Yeah. Sabrina was
She was
another
saying
one.
she said all she want to do is write. She just want to
Huh?
write. She don't want to do nothing else. Sabrina was saying that all she wants is Sabrina Scales, that she just wants to write.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I can edit, but as far as like creating book covers and all, I can't do all that. And I'm not even gonna try to do all that because that's not my ministry. That is not my ministry. Okay, you know, I am not the furthest my creativity goes is writing books. When it comes to decorating and all, I am not creative at all. I don't like
But y'all,
arts
we
and
got you
crafts.
on
I hate
TikTok
it.
now.
You see, but my videos are gonna be basic. Okay, I am not
Child, I'm
creative
not
at
even
all.
on TikTok. I ain't
I'm
got
not.
time for that.
I'm gonna work on it. Cause I'm gonna get there. Y'all know I'm good down for a good ass time. I'm down for a good ass time. Monica, have you done any
Yeah,
collaborations?
I say I'm not creative. Yeah, with Tiki. But our collaborations are a little different. It's kind of like because we do two books, kind of like Love Belvin and CCJ do. They have two different books. We do that. So like with the book that I put out, it's my writing style. It's her character is her dialogue. You know, she has her character, I have my character. So she'll write her character's dialogue. Some of the scenes she may initiate, but I have to translate it into my writing style. So that's how we collab. Yeah. But she'll put out her own book, I put out my own book. And we've done,
And
I think,
I think that
9.
that's better because
It is.
nobody writes the same. And that would be very
No.
hard for people to
The, there
make
is
one book.
right. There is one author that I wrote with where we did chapter by chapter.
Mhm.
She had the male character, I had the female character, and that was Kay Shani. Um, y'all know Kay Shani, Katrina Anderson.
I
Um,
I heard of her,
she's
yeah.
she's my pen sister. She's with BLP, and we did a novella together in the anthology, a BLP anthology. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Was it to say I love? No, it was the shorts anthology, and we did. It was supposed to be a short story, but I was ended up being a novella. But yeah, we went back and forth because our writing styles are very similar, very similar. So we were able to mesh really well. So if you haven't read a whole lot from me or a whole lot from her, you wouldn't be able to tell who wrote what.
Mhm.
So only
Okay.
the people that have read like a few of my books, then they knew, okay, Monica was this character.
Your your daughter, has she expressed any interest in writing, or is she an avid reader?
Yeah, my oldest daughter has written a few stories. I just don't know how to market them because they're like children's romance.
So young adult. Young
We are
adult.
I
always
don't know.
looking for books to publish, not publish, but to support and to
Promote.
put in the, yeah, promote. That's the word I was looking for.
Mhm.
We're always looking
It's
for
like
our books to
children's.
promote. Is it published?
It's like children's. No, it's not published. That's why I said I didn't know how
Okay.
to really because she wants illustration, and I'm like, boo. I mean, you writing about this girl falling in love with this dude. I don't know about illustrations, you know, but and it's
How old
kind of
is she?
fantasy too because she's a princess. She's 10 now, but when she wrote it, I think she was 8, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this.
Oh, so that's
So,
young
but
adult. That's like
Yeah.
she wrote a couple more.
preteen.
Yeah,
Preteen.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, let's work on this.
And I
We'll
think
see
that's the
what we
proper
come up
way to
with
even
later.
describe it when you say, look, black fantasy, black romance fantasy. Give it a genre, create one.
Yeah,
This
black
ain't
children's romance
there you
fantasy.
go. Listen, with Disney, we bringing our own princesses and Cinderellas up in here. You hear me?
Yeah, because she was a
You can do it.
princess and just all.
Yeah, you
I'm
can do
like,
it.
oh,
If anybody
oh,
Preteen.
and
You
can
then
can
do
go
that,
from age 8 to like 13. Yeah, you can market it to that.
We'll
We
figure it
already
Kids
out.
8
got
to
we already got
13.
a fan for in the house.
Huh? What you
Look,
saying,
we'll
We
Diane?
already
figure it
got a
out.
fan for in the house.
I see, I see, I see.
Letitia said, but we're always, in our Big B's and Read, which your story will be in there. Um, that is
Thank
always
you.
something that we look for to give parents for children. We promote literacy, we promote literature, we promote arts, we promote New Orleans, but we really, really promote reading. This is a lifesaver. Reading is so therapeutic for me. I can't imagine not being able to
It
read.
is.
And that's why when you guys write
It is
about
very
real life
therapeutic.
issues, y'all give hope to people that may be going through things, or that just can't figure it out. I mean, we know it's fiction, but there is truth in fiction. I've always said that there is
But
so much truth in fiction.
the way I say, all most fiction is based on somebody's reality.
Somebody's
Mm-hmm.
real.
We get
They
inspiration
just
from
expand
reality
upon it.
when we
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
write. So yeah, I mean the feedback I've gotten just from this latest release, people like, oh my God, were you in my life? Did you take a peek? And I'm like, oh my God, you gave me hope to let me know that I need to leave my situation, or that's the best feedback that I can get. People saying that my book helped them. You know, so yeah, even if you
That's what
don't even
I
know
believe that's the
somebody's reality,
purpose.
you writing about it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think that's the purpose of your art. It may be for you
yeah,
initially, but when it gets out there and it's being shared with others, I mean, I don't know. Did y'all watch the Mary J. Blige documentary where people were literally walking
Not
up to
I
yet.
her
did.
she talked about all of her problems, but she didn't realize everything she was going through, what she was singing through, helped somebody else
Hmm.
go through. And it's that within
Right,
itself
right.
is the gift that you give to your readers, to your fans, when they
Yeah.
can relate, when they can literally get with you. And I be feeling this so much. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if you know about my baby, but baby, let me tell y'all something about Ezra.
Oh my God. I thought we was gonna listen. We made it 57 minutes, almost
Jive.
58 minutes without hearing about that.
I
Jive.
gotta claim my man back because I'm sick and tired of these Natalias and princesses and the
Wait, is
precious
Nobody
and
in
Genesis on
here.
here? What
She
Genesis?
was earlier, but Genesis probably gone. Nobody
that
on
Ezra
here
gone.
said anything about Ezra.
What
One day we're
I
Genesis
gonna
just
make it
at?
through a
felt like,
full interview without her bringing this up.
y'all just don't know that man. Whew, baby. Love unaccounted. That whole series.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, love
And now he gonna always be in these
goats.
conversations. You hear me? I got him on the shirt right now.
Yes,
Well, he should be on the back.
That man said he need a break.
Lord, Lord have
Lies.
mercy.
That's what they're saying about take a break.
Oh my God.
That's what they're saying about
If y'all ever hear her real
Oh,
husband left
goodness.
her, it's gonna be behind Ezra here. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all.
Because Ezra, yeah,
Yes.
a fictional man.
Listen.
That's funny.
It- Let me tell you, it's the character that these men have in these books. It's like, ooh, the fantasy they give you. It's
And let me
beautiful. It's
tell
beautiful.
y'all something. It's so funny
It's,
because it's like a lot of my readers, they like that rude, alpha guy. And I'm like, I wish would come at me like one of these characters. It's gonna because I'm an alpha female, you know what I'm saying? So
ooh,
we're not finna do that. But they love it.
I don't I don't
So,
know
I like a little
how
ghetto.
I don't know how I would react to that because I've never experienced it in real life. I don't
Girl,
it could
if
go
Blue
listen,
came
it
up
could
to
go
you,
one of shit.
if
now
Blue
Choke
come up to
me.
you,
Choke
Now,
me.
that's what I'm talking about.
sexually, yes. Sexually, yes. Yes, I can deal with that. I can deal with that sexually. But like just
Shut
bossing
the
up
fuck up
on
and get
me
over.
in any y'all see what my shirt say?
Boss lady.
Yes, Lord.
So
Go
nah, you're
ahead,
not
sis.
finna boss up on me.
Okay. That's what I be talking about.
I probably would go crazy because me and my ex-husband couldn't get along like that because he had a control issue and I have control issues, whereas I don't like anybody to control me. So I think that it probably wouldn't go well. You're not about to tell me nothing.
I would definitely clash. Me and somebody that says, well, Brandon say I'm bossy. I'm not bossy. I'm a boss. It's a difference. So yeah,
get it right. Get it right. Get it right.
Yeah, if
he must like
that too,
he must love it.
Exactly. He's been here 17 years. Okay.
We've
been together 17 years, married 16. And so
the only time I ain't seen him smiling was when he was 6. So he must be good.
Oh no, he was smiling there too because he was high off of
them. And Misha met him in person. That child.
Maisha. He was cutting up Maisha
or something.
I was dying laughing.
She met him at the back. No, he was quiet, just subdued, just sitting there, passing me books. He didn't cut up at all.
Yes, indeed.
He was it was business time. He knew it was business time. He wasn't gonna play with y'all during business hours.
Tell him when we come to NOLA, he got to get ready to party.
Some of them met me the night before at a restaurant in Atlanta. So, and he didn't clown there either. He sat at his little table with my daughters and his mama, and he ain't said a word.
He didn't want to embarrass
you. That was
the
time for him to cut up. Everybody at that table know about all the shenanigans I post in that group, and he didn't say nothing. But that's how he is in person. He, but you put a camera on him, then he cower down. So
he got.
He don't want y'all to have no proof on him. That's what it is.
Nah. Well, Monica, we don't want to keep you. It has been an hour. We want to thank you. We want to make sure you know how awesome you are, how much we appreciate you. We appreciate you rocking with us on Bourbon Street because you've been here for a while, and we really love you. We appreciate it. We're looking forward to meeting you here in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And keep dropping those books, Lord.
Yes, please. I just started another one today.
You definitely about to have me going back reading this Sweet series so I could go check me out some Michonne. I'm at that age now.
Make sure you have a drink, maybe some edibles on hand because
then people drug test me. I can't do the edibles. I could drink, but I can't do the edibles.
Make sure you get you a whole bottle of whatever you're gonna drink because you're gonna need it for the Sweet series.
Yeah,
I could do that.
We can do some wine. We can definitely do some wine. Well, thank you, everybody, for showing up.
You're going to need some Crown, some Henny.
Listen,
something like that.
Long as Ayana don't drink while we on live, we okay. Okay?
I'll be putting my business out on.
Listen, I had to tell her. I said, listen, you can drink, but you got to wait till we go live first and then just sip slow. But if she drink before, she going to be giggling and cutting up the whole time. And I'm just going to be sitting there like, I
can't do that no tea.
Just turning up.
No, she be cutting up. That's what she do. She be cutting up.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
But we're not going to keep y'all. But thank y'all for rocking with us tonight. We will see y'all sometime next month. But thank you for rocking with us.
Mike,
you stick around with us.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all.